the worst air emergency the capital has seen in recent years. For over a month now, the air quality index, that is the AQI, has hovered between very poor to hazardous. It is now threatening to enter the severe plus or emergency category. This is despite the fact that the apex court has in recent weeks come out with stern warnings to the governments of Delhi's neighbouring states where stubble burning is taking place unabated. The apex court had said last week that state police chiefs and chief secretaries would be personally held accountable if stubble burning did not stop. The Supreme Court has also ordered incentives for the farmers to ensure they did not burn the crop residue. Today, as the air quality dipped again, the apex court has asked the government to explore the possibility of using hydrogen-based fuel. It has also sought data on pollution since the odd-even vehicle rationing scheme was introduced in the national capital. The Kejriwal government is mulling an extension of the scheme beyond November 15th since air pollution levels have not come down. The apex court has slammed both the central and state governments for failing to take steps to protect the health of citizens. Reports say nearly 34 million tons of paddy straw gets burnt in Delhi's neighbouring states from mid-October to mid-November. Farmers say this is the best and cheapest way to dispose of crop residue before the Rabi sowing season begins. The government's PDS procurement policy is also being blamed since it incentivizes production of paddy and wheat in states such as Punjab and Haryana. Neither is there a holistic straw management policy that the state governments have come up with. And even as citizens are suffering, netas as usual are busy in blame game.
मैं कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी से दूर नहीं जा रहा, लेकिन यही सवाल अगर आप केजरीवाल जी से पूछें, क्योंकि ये सारे सवाल हमसे पूछे जा रहे हैं कि दिल्ली के पोल्यूशन का, कि उन्होंने 4.5 साल में एक भी इक्विपमेंट खरीदा जो दिल्ली के पोल्यूशन को कम कर सके। ईडीएमसी ने हाल ही में 90 करोड़ के 70 व्हीकल्स खरीदे अलग अलग तरीके के। उन्होंने एक ऑड इवन 4.5 साल में लगाया, वो भी फ्लॉप। उसका भी कोई इम्पैक्ट नहीं हुआ पोल्यूशन पे।
हम लोगों ने 25% पूरा साल अपना पोल्यूशन कम किया है। वी हैव कम इन गुड, सेटिस्फैक्ट्री और मॉडरेट कैटेगरी। लेकिन इस दौरान आसपास पंजाब से और हरियाणा से जो पराली का धुआं आ रहा है, 3-4 दिन बीच में कम हुआ बिकॉज वहाँ बारिश हो गई थी। उधर बारिश हुई तो उन्होंने पराली जलानी बंद कर दी, दिल्ली का धुआं कम हो गया। अब फिर से बता रहे हैं, आज आप ही लोग बता रहे हैं, आप ही के टीवी चैनल दिखा रहे हैं कि पराली का धुआं बहुत बढ़ गया है। तो मुझे बड़ा दुख है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का क्लियर आदेश था, उस दिन सुप्रीम कोर्ट कितना नाराज़ हुआ, उसके बावजूद भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश को भी नहीं मान रहे।
And Sagar Gupta is joining me live from Barakhamba in New Delhi. Sagar, office goers will be going back to their homes. What exactly is the situation right now where you are?
Very severe, and the residents of Delhi, and not just Marya, residents of Delhi, but we've been speaking to these diplomats as well in New Delhi. They are very, very concerned, from Argentine ambassador Mr. Daniel Chobru to Mexican ambassador Federico Salas. They have raised their concerns. Even we saw those images where UK Prince was visiting IMD, Indian Meteorological Department, and we saw delegation members wearing those masks. It grabbed the international headlines when German Chancellor was also in Delhi. Do we have to blame them? Not really, because it's the truth. And like I think you touched upon a very right chord when you said that netas are doing blame game, because when we used to go to these Aam Aadmi people government, they used to tell us that odd even scheme, look, it was the odd even scheme was put on hold for 2 days. Look, the air quality has again deteriorated. But when we used to go to IMD officials, they used to tell us that it has got to do with wind speed and nothing to do with the odd even scheme. And today I think Supreme Court intervened and took suo motu cognizance at a very right trend when they said they need data so that it can have a comparative sort of analysis as to what the situation was before odd even and after odd even. So as they say, facts don't lie, Marya.
Yes, and the question today is, Sagar, is there any room safe in Delhi today because of the circumstances and the condition that we are living in? Sagar, just a quick word from you. We are being told that the Delhi government is mulling extension of the odd-even scheme. What are the possibilities of that?
Sorry, I missed that question. Yeah, we say Arvind Kejriwal, Chief Minister, just in the late afternoon, actually said it on record that he's thinking of extending this odd even scheme beyond 15th of November. But a review meeting was supposed to be held today, and the outcome of that review meeting has not come out yet. So officially, we don't know what is the stand of the Aam Aadmi Party government. But Arvind Kejriwal is in a mood of extending odd even scheme if air quality deteriorates, and stubble burning has been banned by all these three states, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana and Punjab, and there is hefty fines on garbage burning, 1 lakh rupees fine. So there are restrictions in place. We all have to see, but we need to also seek permanent solutions is what we can all say.
All right, Sagar Gupta, thank you so much. I appreciate you joining us on the top of the show. Let me bring in my guests. But before that, the blunt question that we are asking this evening, who is to blame for the pollution emergency in Delhi, is what I'm going to take to the guests this evening. Jaiprakash Chaudhary is a Safai Sena secretary. RP Singh is the spokesperson of the BJP. Saurav Bhardwaj is the spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Jyoti Pandey is the co-founder of Care for Air, and Sailja Bhatia is the leader of Swaraj India. Jyoti, I'm coming to you. The question is that there seems to be no coordination between various agencies. Only last week, the Supreme Court had come down heavily on all the state governments, from Punjab to Haryana to Uttar Pradesh to Delhi. And there seems to be no answer despite the Supreme Court asking them to act.
So actually the problem is that we have... Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yeah, the problem is that we have normalized bad air. We have not just normalized it, we have politicized it. Every single party out there is to blame for the mess we are in right now. It needs systemic change. We need actually the bold and decisive we need somebody like our Prime Minister. He is not just heading the Bharatiya Janata Party, he is the leader of the nation. We need, when there is an emergency like this happening, not just in Delhi, all over the country. Delhi is the worst hit, and we know every year this is the problem in Delhi. This is not a new problem, and we can't run around like headless chicken right now trying to fight crisis and emergencies. We need a long-term systemic plan. We need a revamped Clean Air Act. We need somebody competent, somebody like Mr. Sridharan, somebody like Mr. Nilekani.
About these long-term plans only when there is a crisis of this nature. It's an emergency, and as the Supreme Court says, worse than emergency today.
For this through the year. Exactly, and that is the real problem. We only start shouting and screaming at the time when we are at an emergency stage. Right now, actually, schools should be shut down. The city should be shut down. It is actually criminal for people to be asked to go to work, to run. Children have no agency. They are being, there are matches happening, inter-school matches. Children, when your teacher tells you to go out there and take 2 rounds, or your sports teacher tells you we have a match tomorrow, they have to go out there and play. We are going to be creating a sick society coming up next. The next generation, we are actually setting them up for failure, because every breath they take today is like smoking so many cigarettes. So the first thing at an emergency you do is you stop everything. You should be stopping
and look
schools.
At this data.
That's something that the
bad air is the second biggest killer of children with pneumonia. 1,26,535 children under 5 in 2017 lost their lives. That's huge. And perhaps, Saurav Bhardwaj, you have much to explain. Tell me, for the longest time, Aam Aadmi Party kept on blaming everything going wrong with the air quality in Delhi to the stubble burning that is taking place in the neighboring states of Haryana and Punjab. Today, Safar says that only 25% is the contribution of stubble burning to the poor quality of air in Delhi. What about the remaining 75%? Have you managed to really fix that? And it looks like that even the odd even scheme that you talked about it and you were hoping that it will do miracle has failed.
I think now we should move on with next question. I have been appearing in the debates for long, and it is the same question every time, and it is the same answer. What I am saying is that these discussions and debates on your TV channels and other TV channels happen in the months of October and November. My question is why?
Saurabh, because the situation is alarming.
Do we why? Let me complete.
And that is the reason why news channels are debating.
Do we have?
This is the top issue of the day today.
Yes. Do we have special? That's what. Do we have special tourist camps in Delhi where lakhs of people come in Delhi and produce pollution? Or do we start special factories in October and November in Delhi so that Delhi gets polluted? Obviously, even a basic, a person with a basic mindset will understand that in the months of October and November, the neighboring states burn stubble, and that causes. And for last 2 days, the Delhi's air was comparatively better because there was rainfall in Punjab. The farmers could not burn stubble because all the stubble was wet. Now when it has dried again, they have again started burning.
Is just 25%.
So coming up with data of suffer or whatever, I think every agency is churning up its own data. Every channel has a new data. I don't want to get into those things because I'm not a technical person.
But tell me, what about the accountability of the Aam Aadmi Party government?
IQ. No, I just want to know, Aam Aadmi Party's accountability is being, taken care by you and other channels for last 4 years. I just want to know what is the accountability of central government, Punjab government and Haryana government. Will you ever invite their panelists on your panel? Will you ever have a representative of Haryana government or Punjab government on your panels?
Saurabh, I
a
was
representative of central government on your panel.
Will be able
you
to
can
answer
blame
these questions
you
because
can
they have
blame
just
Aam
backed
Aadmi
off
Party
from
like
this
you have been
debate.
blaming for 4 years.
Because
Yes.
they do not have an answer.
You can blame us.
The question
You can
is,
blame us.
I've been saying that for the longest time, that what is stopping the center in particular for playing the role of a big brother? Why can't we have an emergency meeting of all the chief ministers of the neighboring states, which has not been convened for the last 15 days? What is stopping the Environment Ministry, the Health Ministry from convening such a meeting?
4 years.
But what about you? Tell me, it's all right to blame the center, it's all right to blame the Haryana government, it's all right to blame the Punjab government. What about the Aam Aadmi Party government?
Aam Aadmi Party's government. Let me come to Aam Aadmi Party's government. It is the data of central government's CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board, that they measured pollution in Delhi from 2014 to 2016, 2016 to 2018. In these 3 years, the average pollution in Delhi has reduced by 25%, and there are reasons for that. Delhi is the only place where we don't have, coal generating power. We don't have, any thermal power plants. You have thermal plants in Gurgaon, you have thermal power plants in Noida, you have it in Ghaziabad. UP, Haryana, Punjab is full of thermal plants. It is only Delhi government who could do it. Delhi provides 24/7 electricity, so you don't see those generator sets these days in Delhi, but you see those generator sets almost running 8 hours daily in Gurgaon.
Are these answers convincing?
Faridabad, because yes, these are facts, not convincing. These are facts.
Like Saurabh
just
started,
These are facts.
No. See, Saurabh, like you just mentioned, that, we discuss about this every year in the month of October and November. So this is very unfortunate that, at the first place, we shouldn't be discussing about this because we should be resolving the problem by now. It's happening every year. This is not for the first time that we are facing this situation. We've been facing this situation from the past 4 to 5 years, every year, and we have been discussing about it. And this is right now emergency. Nothing can be more, more crucial and more critical than this issue at the moment. As far as the problems are concerned, as far as the challenges are concerned, so, like you rightly said, all the governments, all the state governments have to sit together with the center government and they have to come out with some long-term plan. These are all quick fixes which we are doing at the moment, odd, even, and all these things. And nothing has happened and nothing is going to, we are not going to achieve anything by these things. We need to have some concrete plan in place for future. So we cannot just keep on relying on these quick fixes plan every time, every year. And, we'll always land up into this situation every year, in fact, worse.
Yes. I'm looking at this report that was submitted by IIT Delhi, Saurabh, to Delhi and the central government. This was done in the first week of October. It specifically talked about, and made forecasts in advance, talked about how the situation will be will be worsening and perhaps it will be an emergency, the kind we are seeing today. What really happened to this report?
I think you should also understand it, and probably your panelists will also understand that if another state of Haryana or Punjab are burning stubble, it is the central government who should come in. It is not about coordination. The central government has got powers, they have got emergency powers, and Haryana has their own government, UP has their own government, even Punjab, they can arm twist the government. Why should Supreme Court do something which central government should have done in last 4 years? And you can keep blaming Delhi government, but the problem is not just of Delhi. The problem is in Gurgaon, the problem is in Haryana, the problem is in Faridabad, the problem is in Noida, the problem is in across northern India, from Varanasi to Lucknow to Patna.
37%
Yes.
was because of transported dust. What did you do about that? You keep on blaming about the stubble burning. You keep on blaming the farmers.
No,
they are the easy target. They are the soft target. But what about them?
No, I am not blaming the farmers. First of all, I never blame the farmers. I am blaming the central government and the state government of Haryana and Punjab. Secondly, dust pollution, pollution from vehicles, pollution from industries, they will be there proportionate in every city. Be it Haryana, be it Lucknow, be it Varanasi, be it Patna. But the problem is about this severe category of pollution, the state of emergency. And I think, about dust, I think Delhi is the only state where we have taken measures against dust, where we have taken measures against generators.
अभी situation हो रहा है दिल्ली में, उसके लिए आप किसको जिम्मेदार ठहराते हैं?
जो अभी सिचुएशन है दिल्ली में उसमें हम दोनों लोग
One moment, Saurav, I'm going to come back to you.
हम इसमें दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट और केंद्र सरकार हम दोनों को ब्लेम करते हैं और दोनों की कमियां हैं, क्योंकि जो जैसे अभी आम आदमी बोल रहे हैं कि हम इस तरीके से काम किए, ब्लेम किस पे कर देता है? पराली जलाने पे। ब्लेम किस पे कर देता है? जो आपके घर में कूड़ा निकलता है जिसको सेग्रीगेशन करके लाखों पेड़ लाखों लीटर पानी बचा सकते हैं, ब्लेम उनको करता है। ब्लेम में ये अंबानी जी को नहीं कर सकते हैं, लेकिन ब्लेम उनको करेंगे जिनसे कि इनका उनके ऊपर कितना भी दबाव डालेंगे तो कुछ नहीं हो सकता है। आज तक इन्होंने क्या किया है आप ये बताइए कि पॉल्यूशन को लेके आज सरकार का कितने साल हो गए?
जवाब दीजिए। सौरभ, आंसर हिज क्वेश्चंस प्लीज। आपने क्या किया है?
Yes, I am telling you. I have been telling you. Look, in Delhi, all the diesel generator sets which you used to see across all the markets, चाहे it was Lajpat Nagar, Saroj Nagar or Chandni Chowk, you don't see those generator sets because in Delhi now you get 24/7 power supply. The thermal plants in Delhi, we have banned those thermal plants. You don't see those thermal plants now. Regarding the construction sites, all the construction sites, if they are found violating things, there are heavy penalties of 50,000 rupees. So we have been trying. There is a eastern western peripheral. So all the trucks which used to come into Delhi, now they don't come into Delhi.
By you not yielded results?
No, we have yielded results. The central government's data says that from 2012 to 2014, the pollution, and from 2016 to 2018, the average pollution in Delhi has decreased by 25%. This is central government's data.
But then why is this thick blanket of toxic air that we are seeing, Jyoti? I mean, a week back, I was reporting from Vijay Chowk. It looked better, the air was clearer, and today it's worse. It's almost impossible to step out.
Delhi has bad air through the year. Please understand that. Even when you have bright sunlight and it looks there is visibility, the air quality is very bad. Yesterday it was not looking as bad as today, but yesterday also air quality was very bad. So first we have to understand that air quality in Delhi and most parts of North India, now forget about Delhi, आप BJP के states लीजिए, वहाँ पे भी हर जगह इतनी terrible air quality है, वहाँ पे measure ही नहीं होता है. हमारे at least Delhi we have 200 continuous monitors, और जगह तो continuous monitors ही नहीं है, तो वहाँ पे भी air quality is as bad. आप पूछिए संतु जैसे लोगों के लिए, हम तो कम से कम अपने मास्क पहन के अपने प्योरीफायर लगा के घर के अंदर बैठ सकते हैं। आम आदमी क्या करे? जो बाहर कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर्स हैं वो क्या एक दिन की दहाड़ी न लें बिकॉज दे आर नॉट द एयर क्वालिटी इज बैड? इतनी टेरिबल सिचुएशन हो रही है और सबसे ज़्यादा जो गरीब जनता है वो सफ़र कर रही है। पूछिए आप संतु से कैसे ये लोग काम पे जाते हैं। हम तो कम से कम आप यू हैव अ T20 क्रिकेट मैच, अच्छा यू डोंट कैंसिल दैट क्रिकेट मैच, यू आर गोइंग टू मेक आवर treasured sports people breathe this terrible air, फिर आप बोलते हैं चलिए हम उसको सफाई करवा देते हैं। तो सारे सफाई कर्मचारियों को आप उधर बुला के इतनी खराब हवा में वो लोग सब सफाई करें ताकि हमारे
जो काम पे हमारा मजबूरी है कि हम लोग काम पे रोज जाएंगे, अगर हम रोज नहीं जाएंगे तो हम खाएंगे क्या? तो सरकार कहती है हमने लोगों के लिए किया, सरकार ने हमारे लिए अभी तक पहली बात तो सरकार ने जानकारी भी नहीं दी अपने तरफ से कि अभी इतना पॉल्यूशन है। अगर हमारे साथ मीडिया ना हो, क्योंकि मीडिया एक स्तंभ है हमारे हिंदुस्तान का, अगर मीडिया ना हो तो हम लोग को इस जानकारी से अछूता रह जाए, हमें तो पता ही नहीं लगे और हम क्या सोच रहे हैं कि कुहासा हो रहा है इसलिए हमारे को नुकसान हो रहा है। तो पहले बात तो लोगों को जानकारी नहीं है, और जो लोग को जानकारी है हमारा तो रोजमर्रे की कहानी है। हम दिल्ली सरकार में अगले साल हमने सांस नहीं तो वोट नहीं पे एक रैली किया था, उनके पास गए दिल्ली सरकार के पास, मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि उन्होंने ना तो मेरी बात को सुना और नहीं समझा। हमने क्या मांगा था? 10,000 बसें चला दो, लोग की जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन है वो ऑटोमेटिक कम हो जाएगा। जो अभी जैसे अभी इमरजेंसी का दौर चल रहा है, जो लोग रोज कमाने खाने वाले हैं कम से कम उनके लिए वो बस फ्री किया जाए। हमने तो यही सब चीज़ मांगा था, लेकिन उन्होंने क्या किया? सिर्फ एक चीज़ को लेकर दोहराते हैं, हमने शिक्षा किया, हमने बिजली किया। अरे भाई साहब आप हमको एक चीज़ बताइए, जब केजरीवाल जी मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बने थे हम आपके रैली में बहुत पार्टिसिपेट किए थे। केजरीवाल जी से एक उम्मीद लगाए बैठे थे कि ऐसा नेता है कि जो कि हम लोग के लिए सोचेगा, लेकिन उन्होंने हमारे लिए कुछ भी नहीं सोचा। और जब हम गए थे, आज हो गया 2 साल हो गया हमारे को गए हुए, आप बताइए कि इन लोगों के लिए आपने क्या किए?
People are not interested in gimmicks anymore. They are tired of this constant electioneering that is being done by various politicians across the country. The question here is more substantive. It's more direct. What are you doing to ensure that the right to life is preserved?
I can also get a speaker who can curse
Not
Mr.
just
Modi
one
like he is
government,
cursing Mr. Kejriwal.
even the
I think
BJP.
you have to talk about facts. You have to talk about facts. Just bringing someone to, to curse a chief minister is not a very good journalistic thing. I have been telling you so many things which Delhi government has done. Can you tell me 5 things which Haryana government did for Gurgaon, or UP the government did for
let me actually
Noida?
connect
I think you
to
should
a BJP
appreciate a government.
spokesperson, and I'll ask my producer to do that, because I think the BJP has much to explain, because the governments in Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, also the center is theirs. RP Singh, will you explain as to what really the center has done? You have not even called one meeting. It looks like that you are continuously allowing the states to, fight among themselves. You have not sent advisories to these states. It's all about just talks.
We have allocated 3,100 crore rupees as fund in last 3 years.
It is like the state
recently
is
1,100 crore
being
rupees.
punished.
Go ahead.
Recently 1,100 crore rupees, earlier 2,000 crore rupees were allocated to all the 3 states put together. If you pick up today's NASA picture, Haryana is good, Punjab is bad. I mean, I'm not saying because it's Haryana or Punjab. And UP is also bad. I'm accepting that, but Haryana is good in that. Haryana government has taken action in that.
Uttar Pradesh?
But I'm saying that, I'm coming to that. Please allow me to complete. But Delhi is affected more by the Punjab and Haryana because the wind flows that way in this season. It doesn't flow other way from the Uttar Pradesh one. Secondly, but let's ask what Delhi need almost 10,000 buses as on date. Some 1,000 buses, electric buses, were committed in July. What happened of those? We were supposed to have some fog cleaners, some fog machines, which will have taken care of the removing of fog. And it was committed some 2016. Delhi needs some 100 odd of them, and it cost some 2 crore rupees each. What happened of those? Delhi need clean mechanical sweepers. What happened of those? Not a single on road. So it's easy to blame center. You keep blaming and go by today's EPCA report. It says the major reason, and it categorically says the major reason for pollution is not Parali or stubble. The major reason is the dust in Delhi. Taking care of the dust in Delhi, that's the major reason. And he says another thing. The EPCA report says that the other reason is that is slow movement of the traffic. Now, let me ask one very simple question. What initiatives have Mr. Kejriwal or the local government has taken, Delhi government has taken? Can you allow me to...
The question is, one moment.
Can I another second?
No, because you are going on the same tangent of blaming the Aam Aadmi Party government, blaming the Punjab government, because these are states being ruled by your political opponents. What about the BJP? Will you answer that question? What is stopping the centre from calling an emergency meeting? This is an emergency.
No, emergency is for Delhi. And then Delhi has to take care of it. If Delhi can't provide for mechanical sweepers, Delhi can't provide for buses which are required. If Delhi can't take care of the industrial pollution, Delhi can't plant trees here. I mean, who is responsible for that? You can keep, and then it stopped me, EPCA report and slow traffic. I'm coming to that where you stopped me. It says that the slow traffic movement is a major reason. Now, why can't we have red light?
It's an international embarrassment. The diplomats are talking about it. There are a lot of people thinking of migrating out of Delhi because of the pollution in the air and how toxic it is at present. My limited question is, can you just play the role of the big brother, the centre playing that role, ensuring that all the chief ministers sit across a table and talk it out, because this is much worse than just be left to political blame game. I'm thinking about my generation. I'm thinking about the generation behind me. I'm thinking about the children in the family.
No, talk about present, ma'am. Talk about present. We all are suffering. As you are suffering, I'm also suffering. My children are suffering. Leave that a future generation.
See, all I can say, all I would like to say, even if Aam Aadmi...
Go ahead.
Claiming that they have done sufficient, then you have not done sufficient. So much more has to be done here.
Okay, before I go back to the panelists, we have two more callers joining on the show. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Hi, Marya. Thank you for having me. I'm Rohit from Delhi.
Rohit Sharma, right? From Delhi, yes.
Yeah, Rohit Sharma from Delhi. I'm not a cricketer, don't worry.
Go ahead.
Okay. So I have a question for Mr. Saurabh Bhardwaj. And please, Mr. Bhardwaj, don't accuse me that I'm a BJP spokesperson, because I just saw you accusing a gentleman that he is a BJP spokesperson. And in fact, he is not. Now, I still remember, this issue has been discussed in the last 3 to 4 years. And Manish Sisodia ji, he promised that there will be industrial vacuum cleaners, who will be, the suctions, the dust suctions. Where are they? I haven't seen them. Water sprinklers, where are they? I haven't seen them. And air purifiers, industrial air purifiers, I don't see it. And I still remember that tweet of Kejriwal ji, who said that about late Sheila Dikshit ji, that do we need such a helpless chief minister who cannot do anything? Now, let me ask Mr. Bhardwaj, if everything, Mr. Modi is not allowing you to do that, pollution, Haryana is, being blamed, Punjab is being blamed, you have done nothing. So do we need such a helpless chief minister? I would say no, being a Delhiite. Thank you, Marya.
All right, Roy. Thank you so much for calling us. We have another caller, this one from Mumbai. Kalpana Ravi, go ahead.
Hi, Marya. Thank you for having me in. I have two questions to ask the Delhi government.
Yes.
Marya, tell me, 5 years back when Sheila Dikshit was the chief minister of Delhi, then these things happened. How did she solve it? Okay. And another question is, why only is this burnt in the north? What do people in the south do? Do they burn, or they set up something to use this husk for some other purpose to make money? And what Mr. Kejriwal promised, like your last caller said, I'm from Bombay. I've just come back from Delhi and my throat is really very bad. I mean, what has he done? He was supposed to get more buses. Are there any more buses in Delhi? I don't see them. So it's very easy, this government is doing that. As the chief minister of Delhi, what have you done? Is my question. And there's a question is, what did Sheila Dikshit do right? Is there an answer for that?
Okay, Kalpana, thank you so much for calling us. So the buck stops with the chief minister, sort of. He cannot shift the blame because that's the easiest thing to do.
Marya, look, I've been in politics for 5 years now. These sponsored callers and trying to create a narrative.
That's not true at all, Saurav. Saurav, that's not true. You may talk about that in the context of other channels, not us. These
think
are
I am
callers
stupid?
making us calls
You
in
think
the
your
middle of the
viewers
show.
are stupid, but
we
I am
have
not
just
stupid.
started getting these calls.
Arey, come
so
on,
please,
Marya. These are small tricks.
Stop
These are
it.
petty tricks,
That's not fair.
roadside tricks.
That's not fair. You can blame
Street
other channels,
smart,
not
even
CNN
street
News18.
smart,
We do not do
Marya,
that. We do not do that. Look for answers.
Don't think
Look
that
for
your
answers.
viewers are
Captain
stupid.
Vijay, Delhi.
Your viewers are not
We
stupid.
have another caller.
And even I am not stupid. Okay?
Sort of, let's look for answers, please.
These tricks are
Stop
old
blaming
tricks.
news channels.
I am not
Easiest
coming
thing
into
to
your
do.
tricks, Marya.
Easiest
Marya,
thing to do.
I have seen these tricks many times.
Okay, Saurabh.
Learn new
then
tricks.
Hold on to
come
other
with
callers,
new tricks.
Please. Other callers. Let
These
them
are very
all
old tricks.
ask questions
Marya, these
to
are
you.
very old tricks.
We are asking questions to the BJP. We are asking questions to the
Baba.
Congress. Please look for answers rather than blaming
You
news
are not.
channels.
You have a
Easiest thing to
narrative.
do.
You have a
Captain Vijay.
narrative, Marya,
Captain
and your
Vijay.
editor. Your
Captain
editor has
Vijay.
given you a narrative,
Mr. Saurabh,
and you have to stick
That's
to
not
that
fair.
narrative.
request you to
Saurabh,
keep
that's
Your
not fair.
editor
That's
has
not
given you a
right.
narrative.
Saurabh, come on,
you
let's
have to
look for
stick to that
answers.
editorial narrative.
No, that's not right.
I know you are
We have
you are a
asked-
poor employee.
Can you please
You
look
have to
at
get
the
a.
questions
You are an
that we are
employee.
being
You are
asked?
simply an employee of a news
Questions
channel.
being asked by people
a
who are
simple
calling on the show.
employee of
Okay,
a
we'll
news
cut that
channel.
audio now.
You
Captain Vijay
you
of
have been
Delhi,
asked
please.
to create a narrative.
Let's cut that audio, please.
You don't.
Captain Vijay from Delhi. Go ahead, Captain.
Yeah, I think Mr. Saurabh is deliberately provoking you with such kind of statement,
Yes.
which is unwarranted and below the belt, and your channel is absolutely rational, and I've been a regular caller. Unfortunately, we have elected Aam Aadmi Party to rule the Delhi with a view that they will solve the problems. Been here in Delhi for last 40 years. Last 6 years have been the horrendous part. I'm not talking about the problem. I'm looking at the solution. Beijing has done an excellent job in and around the Olympics that they have done. They have installed elevated filters, which is costing about 2 to 3 crores. In case we need about 100 filters around that one, we need only 200 crores or 300 crores. Mr. Kejriwal has spent so much money on advertisement and freebies, which we don't require. We don't want any freebies. We want a free air, which is given by the nature. Can they do it? Shape up or shape out. That's the only thing. We made a mistake of selecting them. We are not going to elect them anymore.
Okay.
Enough is enough.
The question now is, Shelza Bhatia, that, you know, there is one view that is certainly there of a crop pattern, that perhaps prior to Green Revolution, Punjab and Haryana were not producers or consumers of rice and did not have rice-wheat cropping system. Do you think crop pattern is to be blamed as well, and there is a need to revisit that and incentivize farmers accordingly?
Yeah, yes, Marya. So this is one of the reasons, and this is one of the ways or solutions also you can say we can address to this problem. One of the many solutions. One of the solutions is that whatever schemes which government of India has come up with, if we can make those schemes economical, if we can come out with incentives, and definitely this is also one of the solutions wherein we can diversify and we can look for some other crops like maize or maybe basmati instead of going for paddy, because paddy in any case consumes a lot of water also. That is also one problem in future we might have to face with. So definitely diversifying into a different crop, into a new crop, or maybe one of the existing crop like maize and basmati could also be a good solution to the problem.
Okay.
But again, it's a long-term solution, and we have to sit together along with the
It is
experts
about
of the
looking
field,
at
and we have to
solutions.
discuss about it and
Yes,
look for.
let's look for solutions
Yes.
now. No solution in sight. What exactly is the way forward for the next 24 to 48 hours, Saurabh Bhardwaj?
I think our solution
At
would
least shut
be to
down the
create a
schools.
narrative against Arvind Kejriwal that Arvind Kejriwal is creating pollution across northern India. Arvind Kejriwal has brought thousands of acres of land in Delhi, and now he's burning stubble. So I think Arvind Kejriwal is a real villain, and you have been cursing him for 4 years. Now you have to just curse him for 1 more year, and the narrative is set. But I must tell you, you can try as much as you want. Even next year, when you call
Instead of
Delhi
talking
government's
politics, can we look
representative,
at
I'll be sitting
solutions?
right here.
Water
I'll be
sprinkling,
sitting right
air
across your
purifiers,
camera.
odd
You
even.
can try whatever
What
you want
exactly
to
is
do.
the way ahead?
I'll be sitting
24 to
I'll be
48
sitting
hours. Can
right
we talk
here
about that,
as a
Saurabh?
representative of Delhi government. Even next year, you can run your agenda, you can run your narrative. People don't care about you. You know, you have lost your credibility.
It's
the way you choose
really
your callers, the
unfortunate
way you
for
sponsor
you
the
to
narratives.
constantly
I
blame
think
the
it is very
channel
open.
when
I
we
think
have
it's a
been
very
giving you
open
all
thing.
the time to
I
talk
think you
about
think
it, talk
people
about
are
solutions,
stupid.
but you have
People are
not done that.
stupid.
Let me give
People
the
are-
final words to Jyoti
people-
Pandey. Jyoti, go ahead.
People can see
Talk about
through.
solutions, please, for the next
People
24 to
can
48
see through
hours.
your agenda.
There's no
People
agenda
can see
here.
through your agenda.
There's no agenda here. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you see, the thing
Everybody
is that
understands
there is,
it. Everybody
is
understands
one thing
it.
that
People are
Mr.
not
Saurabh
stupid
is
now, you
saying,
know.
which is correct,
People are not
is that
stupid.
it is not just the fault of one party or one Mr. Kejriwal. This
Yes.
is a systemic problem. This is a problem that has actually been compounded by several parties over the years, which includes the BJP, which includes the Congress, and which includes the Aam Aadmi Party. And the thing is, for example, one thing the center could do, instead of, I would really suggest that instead of asking people, like asking Aam Aadmi Party, what has the BJP done, why don't you ask BJP what they have done? They are not answering, but one thing that the center could do immediately is that we have at least, I think, 10 thermal power plants who are close to, they are supposed to reach a deadline of putting filters on their, in the coal-fired power plants. These are fluid desulfurization filters that they are supposed to put. They missed the deadline on 7th of December 2017. They are going to miss the deadline again. And all research is showing if just this is done, 30% of pollution of Delhi will come down. Why can't the center just say, do it, you have no option, you must do it, and otherwise you pay. These are all government, most of them are government power plants. That's one thing they could do. Let's start thinking constructively, because as we are, you know, the studio is not the place to make policy.
Absolutely.
These are all things that should be done through the year. They should be done in a systemic manner. Unfortunately, now the Supreme Court is having to do these things. The journalists, you and I, we are, I am being forced to become an expert on the issue. I just want to breathe clean air. I would not care about air pollution if it did not affect my health, the health of my loved ones.
Absolutely.
But the problem
It's about
is,
health.
this is a year-long problem.
Yes.
And like Mr. Saurabh said, it is not just, and it is not just Mr. Kejriwal. He's right in that.
Yes.
It is also the BJP. The BJP is equally, if not more responsible.
Exactly, that's what I have been
Congress is
saying, Jyoti.
responsible. What
We have been
want as
questioning the
people is that
BJP. We have been questioning all the political parties, particularly the central government, because they have to explain, they have to take that position in which they will have to force all the chief ministers to sit across and look for solutions, long-term and also short-term measures that have to come across. In the last 15 days, despite all of us talking about the situation and situation worsening by every passing hour, there is no meeting that has been called, and that is certainly worrying. And why is the Supreme Court playing that role? What should have been blamed by the government?
At least close the schools.
Yes.
At least close the schools, stop our children breathing. This is something the Aam Aadmi Party can do in one shot. They can just say all schools will be closed until air quality improves. That is something that they are capable of doing. They can immediately do. So I don't know what is stopping them. Children are going to schools in this terrible air and they are spoiling their lungs forever. Their cognitive growth is coming down. These are irreversible damages that are happening. And I really don't understand why. That is where I would blame the Aam Aadmi Party. Why aren't you shutting schools? Why aren't you shutting down the city? Tell the center, my city cannot function unless you do this, and this. Just say it to them. Say it on all channels.
Sir,
say, I
let
will
me
not,
give you the final
run
words.
in
Go
Delhi
ahead.
until you help.
Is this a situation in
fashion.
which there has to be a complete lockdown, complete shutdown?
No, I think it is the Kejriwal. He is the villain, I think Kejriwal is creating pollution across northern India. And once, he is out of power, everything will be good. And I think it is all good in Noida, Gurgaon, Ghaziabad, Faridabad. They have shut down all the schools, all the thermal plants. They have done everything. They have electrical vehicles running around. You have Varanasi, full electric vehicles. It's all heaven all around, I think Kejriwal is to be blamed for everything. I don't have anything else to say.
All right, for that sarcasm on which we are ending this show, thank you so much for joining us, Saurabh Bhardwaj and all of the panelists, R.P. Singh, Saurabh Bhardwaj, Jyoti Pandey, Jay Prakash here and Selza Bhatia. As we have been saying, this is a case which is causing international embarrassment as well. Diplomats are thinking about leaving Delhi. Here's German ambassador speaking to my colleague Maha.
The opposition in Delhi state has raised questions about it. They are saying it inconveniences people and nothing else. Is that something that you agree with, or you think every small step is important to bring down air pollution in Delhi?
As I said, the reasons for air pollution are manifold, and I think every step is important. And then, of course, it's try and error also. There have been other countries where the odd-evens scheme has been tried out, and there are pros and cons. It's worthwhile to try all possibilities, and we all who live here, from diplomats to normal citizens, to people, to tourists, everyone has to contribute to this. And I'm ready to do it. The German embassy is ready to